Hi everybody, I'm back. So what we have is, as we specified before, is output, YT, is broken up into two parts. The natural level of output, which you talked about a couple of minutes ago, plus YCT, which is the cyclical component of output. And we can now write YCT as the following. YCT equals some fixed parameter alpha. And alpha is going to be greater than 0 and less than 1. In other words, it's going to be a fraction. And we're saying we multiply this alpha times what the cyclical component of output was last period. YC, t minus 1. Again, we outlined these subscripts last time, or previous lecture, plus some variable ET. Okay, so what we have is a cyclical component of output is equal to some fraction times what the cyclical component of output was last period, plus ET, and ET we're going to be representing as demand shocks in the economy. It's going to be shifts of demand curves, which we'll be talking about later on. Now, just like ST, ET's average equals 0, and it's the case that ET, 50% of the time, ET will be a positive value, and 50% of the time, it will be a negative value. And again, this will become more obvious as we go on. So, what we have is, we've broken up output into two parts. The natural level of output, which was in a previous lecture, which really represents long-run factors in the economy. And then we have YCT, which is going to represent short-run deviations of output, which we'll be modeling more mathematically in the subsequent lectures. Now, where we're going with this is, we're going to develop this mathematical model, which is not too bad. Trust me, you'll survive it. Okay? But what we'll also then be deriving is a series of two equations that represents the graphical component of all these equations. So what we're going to be doing is doing the math first and talk about the intuition, and then we'll be developing the aggregate supply and aggregate demand curve model, which will provide the graphical representation of what the equations are saying. And that's what we're doing. So in the next lecture, I'm actually going to unpack how this equation works. So we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.